What's good? What's good? Here we go with another episode, Con Puros Compas podcast with your boy Carlos Rodriguez.
Your boy Bart.
Alberto,
Yes,
what are you
sir.
smoking on today? Do you guys know? Did you guys
I don't
figure it
know.
out?
What's that?
Músico
Yes, que
exótico.
músico exótico.
That's right. That's a new
I
plug.
don't know what that is, but okay.
Well, today is gonna be a good pod, bro. It's been a bit since we had some actual guests in here.
Oh,
We
yeah.
just talked to ourselves the last couple times.
Yeah.
We explained on the last episode what was going on with our little break. It was a forced break
Yeah.
on my behalf. But now we're excited and you're getting a little happy with that little magic smoke,
Fucking
and
big
we're all
ass-
going to be happy here in a little bit.
Big
But
ass-
I want to send a huge shout out to my boy before we start, Jose Cermeño on the sound, who's always here.
Shout out.
Zaman,
Yeah.
and my boy
Shout out.
Pancho.
Pancho.
Pancho Pistolas
Hell yeah.
from Tremendos Alegres. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Pretty much a smoking section.
That's the smoker section for today.
And today's guest, bro, we have a couple guys that I've had I've met them this year through my guys. How did we met? Was it through Casa Humilde? I'm not sure. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I met them through Casa Humilde, and I know that they do events. So these guys have a company called Pachanga or Pachanga Chicago.
Yeah.
Um, it's Memo Duarte and my boy Danny.
Yes, sir.
What's good,
up,
guys?
what's up, what's
¿Cómo
up?
están?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
not
keep it
much.
Spanglish here, so whatever you guys are comfortable with, we'll roll with that.
Thanks for having us.
Hell yeah! How are you guys feeling? All right?
Good. Smells really good in here.
Oh, yeah.
Get better. Yeah, it's usually got a nice pungent smell in here, but yeah. How you guys been? How did pandemic treat you guys? Other than growing out that mustache that you guys are both
Yeah.
rocking. I had seen Memo's Instagram. Memo's Instagram. He actually polled the people: do I keep or do I not keep the mustache? And evidently, he kept the shit.
Oh, yeah.
People
It's
wanted
running.
it.
People wanted it.
People wanted the mustache.
What was the percents there?
I think it was like
Overwhelming, right?
overwhelming. That's exactly what I said.
95% to like 5 or some shit.
And that's funny because that's exactly what I said. It was overwhelming amount. It was like 90 something. Yeah.
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 Stashes are in, dog.
I didn't think people. Well, the most important thing was my wife. I was like, if my wife is cool with it, then I'll go with it. People wanted it, but I was like, nah. You know what?
Had you rocked the mustache before or no?
I think once when I went to a wedding, and it was the first time I had ever done it. My wife actually wanted to see it, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go with it."
I tried it once for a picture day at work. And then I felt like everybody was making fun of me. So then I just like, cut it off.
Hey, this time you're like, fuck it.
Yeah. Panty whammy. There you go.
Yeah.
The pandemic for sure,
Man, yeah.
made you get creative with your identity.
Yeah, that's what I just decided not cut my hair either. I was like,
Yeah, I see
I'm
the
not gonna
hair.
cut
I see
it.
the hair going out.
Oh,
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
alright.
Going to Los, I want to look like Marco Antonio Solis when I go to the Buki's
Are you guys
concert.
going to the Bookies
No.
concert?
Oh, hell yeah,
Want
I'm
to.
going.
Damn.
It's expensive, so.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's on a weird, not weird, but it's on a big fucking weekend. It's like Labor Day weekend
Yeah.
when they're coming. Well, they're coming 2 days, right? 4th of. You're going on that too, Jose? I think. Yeah, he's going to both shows. Calm down. Shit.
Yeah, it's a busy weekend for you anyway, so it's not like you
Yeah,
can probably
no,
even go.
I already had fucking things to do regardless. So
Yeah.
hopefully Marco Antonio can stop by and say what's up here at the office real quick. But no, yeah, man. How was pandemic for you guys? I mean, I know Pachanga. Talk to me a little bit. Explain to our listeners what exactly or how long and what exactly it is that you guys been doing with Pachanga.
It started like 5 years ago. No, somewhere 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, close
And
to
I had was working at this venue. It's now closed. It's now called Easy Does This, but it was called East Room before this. So like Fat Tiger Workshop used to throw parties out of there. So like if you know who Joe Freshgoods is,
Okay.
he just dropped a sneaker with like New Balance, like a couple New Balance drops.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he did a release last week at the conservatory, Garfield Park Conservatory. I ended up going with my family to the beach. I was trying to I was thinking in my head to call somebody to go stand in line for me, but I never did.
Damn.
But
Should have paid the bum outside.
and I I had the space, and I really wasn't doing anything good by myself there. Like, if I'm be honest, like I had one good party,
Okay.
and I was like, how do I keep this going? And then I had reached out to Memo's friend, Michael Goebbels,
Shouts to Michael Goebel.
Shout out to my. Go ahead.
and because I was like, hey, can you get me in contact with Memo? But Memo had been in Mexico.
You knew of Memo though already.
Yeah, I knew of him because I
Okay.
worked with his brother on a festival in Cicero like 5 years before that or something like that. And right. So you
Yeah.
go ahead, continue the story, Memo. Sorry.
Yeah, so Dan was like throwing East Room is known very well like in the hip hop scene. Chance the Rapper would like show up randomly and like
His friends DJ'd there.
a lot of
Nice.
his friends would DJ there. Macaulay Culkin, you remember the kid from
Hell
Home
yeah.
Alone?
Home
He
Alone?
DJ'd
Wasn't
there.
he Michael Jackson's boyfriend?
Yes.
Man.
Really?
Hey, that's what I remember him from.
Oh my god.
I didn't know that
Yeah,
one.
so he like random people like that would show up. We actually our first night we had this like popular comedian named Hannibal Buress there. I don't know if you guys
Oh,
are
yeah,
familiar
yeah.
So randomly we would get like random celebrities come through to our show, but before it was even popping, before it was even cool, and I had known Dan for a couple years before because we had worked on this show in Cicero, local like rock show, and we just kicked it off after one or two shows. I think the first show was like such a bad show that I told Dan, I was like, dude, I don't want to do this ever again. Like, I don't want to partner with you. Like, this is it.
Fucking
I'm done,
I was
bro.
basically like, give me one more chance, you
I
know?
was like, I'm done, bro.
And then I just want to be clear. Both of you guys are DJs.
Yeah.
We're both DJs.
Right.
He's better than me, but yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think we just kind of recreated the concept. We're like, all right, you know what? After we had this conversation of like, I was done. I was ready to like
Throw in the towel, man.
throwing in the towel. I was like, man, I don't know if I got the patience for this. And so Dan's like, bro, let's just work something out. Let's make something out of this space because it's got potential and it's a cool space. It's looks like a speakeasy, and finally we were like, okay, let's rename the event. It used to be called Boogie Down, so it kind of had like a disco theme to it.
Yeah.
And I had just come back from Mexico, being out there for like a month, just traveling different cities, and so I was like super inspired by like Mexican culture, artesanías, artists, folklore. My wife is actually a folkloric dancer, and so I already had like this passion for like very very rooted cultural Mexican stuff. So I was like, bro, let's just bring in this like pueblo mágico theme to this. Let's bring out some artesanos to like sell huaraches, to sell freaking. Dan already had a big community of artists that followed him. He would have like painters like doing live paints,
Like
and,
vendors and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, and like selling like their artwork. As you come in, there would be like people set up and like painting live. And I was like, well, let's just make it a Mexican spin to it. Let's call it a tianguis. Let's call that, so people, when we promoted the show the first time, it was like Pachanga. We have an alebrije as like our mascot. Like some people call it a fox. It's like a mythical like unicorn creature, pero es un alebrije.
Okay.
And so people digged it. As soon as we launched it, we had a cumbia night. That was the first show. It was a cumbia. We had these guys guapachosos. You might know
Yeah.
You might know the guapachosos.
I wish they were still around or like played together.
Yeah.
I
They're a great
really
band.
love that group.
Great band.
Really good, really good band.
The Castañeda brothers, I think, were a part of it.
Okay.
So it was a hit. Like the first night, a hit, and I was like, you know what, Dan? All right, let's keep doing this. Let's keep rocking it and start promoting it. Every month we would change the specialness of the show is that we have a live band. One live band performs and DJs, and we give them a lot of like that credit. I think it's important. Like when people come out to a show, it's not just para empedarse, to like get drunk and like it's to see a musical act and to really enjoy the music. And a lot of these people may have not seen. A lot of them actually, I think, was probably the first time they had ever seen a band in vivo.
Right.
And so we wanted to make it really accessible. It's $5 ticket, so anyone really could come out. Super accessible. And yeah,
And it was always like a pretty mixed crowd. It'd be like black, Asian, white.
A little bit of everything in there.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's
and
technically
that's
how
what-
that
that's-
started with you guys, then, huh?
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
That's
sorry.
what I was gonna ask. I mean, what was your guys' demographic? But I mean, if you guys said it was a little bit of everything, that's pretty cool, right
Yeah.
there.
So it was like a Latin show, but it wasn't at the same time. We had all kinds of people come out and like enjoy it. The majority was like Mexican, right? A lot of
Yeah.
a lot of Mexican, but we would also have a lot of black people, like Dan said, from everywhere. People like who are 50, 60 years old. I mean, we had it all. And I think that was like really special to us. It was like, okay, this is cool. We get all
Yeah,
kinds
you'd
of
be
folk.
surprised that like, even though Chicago is probably one of the most segregated, or is one of the most segregated cities in the United States, we enjoy each other's culture. It's not like a thing where it's like foreign to each other. Like I grew up on Twista, Speed Not Mobsters, Do or Die,
Hell yeah.
JP. I think that like all those albums. I love them. They're
Yeah.
really good. It's like, but I mean, and we're talking like 92, 93 when all that stuff came out. And
Shit, yeah.
to see people of different backgrounds coming to enjoy like a cumbia night or a salsa night, it's cool to see. I don't know.
Fuck yeah.
That's just my main point.
Yeah. You were able to fucking hit every ethnicity going in there and partying with you guys. And then how long were you guys there at East Room?
we were
Until
there,
pandemic?
we were there till the very end. No, it
Yeah.
closed before the pandemic.
Okay.
Maybe like a year or 6 months, right, Memo? Sorry.
Yeah, I think it closed the end of 2019.
Oh shit.
So January 2019 was probably our last. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think December of 2019. It was like it was about to be like the New Year's Eve or something, and so it was our venue that we felt like really comfortable. And sometimes we'll find venues that are easy to work with, but like that place felt like home. Like even when you walk into the place, it's like, oh man, it smells like East Room. Like
Yeah.
you even like feel. And you feel at home, and the people that were working it, the managers, all of the bartenders were super cool.
Shout out Billy.
Shout out Billy. Who
He's in
got
LA
us
now. He lives in LA. Cool dude.
Brandon, Zach.
Brandon still is working in Chicago, 1833. They're actually doing a show with Jack Harlow. here.
Okay. Nice.
He invited us out to the Lollapalooza after party as well with what's his face, Supa, and I'll remember his name later.
Did
But
you
yeah.
guys make it out to Lollapalooza this year or no?
Oh, Mick Jenkins.
I didn't.
yeah.
He went to a Lollapalooza after show, but
No, I was actually talking about that because the amount of people I see that get artist passes, I'm like, why can't I get one?
Yeah.
Like people, and not in a bad way, but it's like I haven't really seen you around lately, or you haven't done much, and you know what I mean. But it's like man, why can't I get one? You know what I mean?
people who aren't like badass artists, right? Like you wish you could get a pass. 'Cause
Exactly.
Fuck yeah.
I want to get
And-
the massage and the drinks.
And then I also seen that during this pandemic, you guys did like virtual shows, right?
Yeah. So and we pivoted. I think all of us in this industry, we're used to doing like shows every 2 weeks. Big shows too, right? Our biggest shows were usually monthly, but it kind of like you go stir crazy, bro. Like you have to, like, for us, since we're always promoting, it felt like we just needed something to do. After a while, I think for a bit, we're like, okay, let's chill out. We don't depend on like the events alone. Like I'm a marketing coordinator for UIC, and Dan's a teacher.
Yeah.
So we had that flexibility to like, okay, we don't have to do anything. Let's chill out. Let's take our time to just like chill.
Right.
There's a lot of shit going on in the world, and our minds don't have the bandwidth to like do something right now. At least for me, I felt like I needed like just time to chill. Because in my work too, I promote like 60 to 70 events a year.
Shit.
And it's like creating content and like finding people to interview or finding like, different little pieces that makes good marketing, whatever it is. And so taking that break definitely was a moment for me to rest. And what I did do, however, because I was so always busy, me ocupaba de la vida is just always busy.
Yeah.
I started to read every day on Instagram Live. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
more,
I was gonna ask you about that too.
yeah, dude. I would read every single day, more of something like to keep my mind busy. I was also very active on like Instagram, not so much at now, but I was every day I would like post something like saying hi to people or interacting with folks, and so it kind of helped me cope with the sadness that was the pandemic, or
Yeah.
and the scariness of the pandemic. So every night I would connect with my followers, the people, a couple people that would watch it. I would connect with it and connect with them and just read like books that were like super magical, like
I was gonna,
usually Latino
I was gonna ask you how'd you go
writers.
about picking your books?
It was usually, yeah, dude. So I used to be, so I majored in Spanish and communication. And so in my Spanish classes, they would give us like short stories. It was like una antología, un libro así de grande. It was like thick. And tenía like short stories de like some of the greatest like Latin American writers. Gabriel Garcia Marquez, Julio Cortázar, Juan Rulfo. All of these like, writers who made an impact not only in Latin America but also America, like United States,
Right.
and they're taught in universities and things like that. So I was like, you know what? I have a base, like a foundation for with these artists. Or I mean, with these, yeah, these writers who are
Right.
artists,
Yeah, for sure.
and I want to connect with what they were writing. That are like some of the stories I would read were like del rancho, de un papá que estaba decepcionado con su hijo because his son was like a fuck up. And probably one of the saddest stories by Juan Rulfo, que se llama, if whoever's listening, look up No oyes ladrar los perros. One of the saddest stories. Man, I'm choking up just
Yeah, you
thinking
were
about
choking
it.
up, man. Well, Juan Rulfo was a monster.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to
Yeah.
check that out for sure.
yeah. And so I mean, that's what I would do every day at 9 p.m. I'd go on Instagram Live. I'd have like a handful of people like read with me,
Right.
and I started doing like popcorn reading también. Like I would invite people and they would read with me, like
Sure.
on actual Instagram Live. And it was touching to me to like be able to connect with people with like literature, with words.
Yeah.
Really interesting, kind of like what we're doing right now.
Yeah,
Actually.
yeah, yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think that I had mentioned it when I first met you that I had seen that you had done that because you did you do Cien Años de Soledad,
I did.
which is a very difficult book to read. I
Mhm.
think. I mean, I read that many many moons ago, but it's a great book. I mean, once you
Yeah.
figure it out and finish it, but then
Mhm.
I see you do that live. I'm like, shit. That's some fucking good stuff you were doing there.
I
mean,
appreciate it, man.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, I wanted to see how you went about picking the books for that and whatnot. And then talk to me about this. Your virtual concerts were pretty cool too, man.
Yeah, we basically just transitioned the business to
You guys got antsy. You're like, fuck, we need to do something.
to content creation.
Yeah.
So we would fund. So the first one we did it for like a shoestring budget, basically no money. So
Yeah.
we just wanted to create the content. We worked with some really amazing filmmakers, directors, videographers to create commercials for local businesses to air between musical performances. And it went so well that the second round to fundraising, get more people involved, more business involved. It went well enough to where what we were asking, people were like, okay, we'll pay that or
Yeah.
whatever, right? And then now it's to the point where we're doing live streams for people. So we're doing. I don't know if I can really talk about. Should I talk about it, Memo?
Yeah.
The jewelry store thing. Oh, so the Torres Omar
Oh, yeah, yeah.
jewelers.
Joyería
on-
Torres Omar, yeah.
Yeah, we we're filming the live streams for them on the
Oh,
Facebook
I
channel.
did see that. They sell the shit, right?
Yeah,
They sell their
it's like
product.
QVC style. So
Yeah.
that's what we
Damn.
transitioned the business to.
Yeah.
But the weird part about it is like you may think, or like just
The viewer might think, right?
the viewer might think that, oh wow, they must, be making so much money, but the cost to just put on a production like this, the equipment, the cameras, it's really expensive,
Yeah.
And luckily, we have a great relationship with them, and our team's doing a good job too as well. So,
Oh, that's cool, man.
that's kind of
I
what we
did see that.
transitioned to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see them doing a live Facebook or Instagram, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
And I did see them selling their jewelry, and I thought it was, well, it's very trend setting, at least. If when I seen it, I'm like, well, this is where it's at. Like, this is where it evolved to that.
Yeah,
It
they're
evolved
getting ahead
to-
of the curb,
Yeah.
before it actually goes there.
Yeah, because in our time it was fucking 4 a.m. kind of shit. You're up, but yeah, I did see
Yeah.
that. I thought that was pretty cool.
And I think that's what's interesting about like Facebook is that there's a lot of different communities of people who are interested in all kinds of stuff. Like I saw one where it was like Tops, like it's a group for people who love like baseball cards.
Yeah,
What do they call it?
yeah.
Tops.
Tops.
Oh,
Tops
that's
is
a
a
big
baseball
deal.
card, yeah.
That's a huge deal right now.
I didn't even know there was even like a group of like communities of people who are like still collecting like
It went through the roof
Shit.
during the pandemic. Actually, that's what I followed during the pandemic. And
just people going Facebook Live, like one like selling las tarjetas. They would go like, "Oh, this is
Yeah,
kinda like
auction.
almost like a raffle
Yeah,
auction."
auction,
Yeah.
And it was interesting just to watch, just seeing people like open
the
up
pack
the cards,
openings
like,
were a big deal too, because if you got those like Luka Doncic rookie cards,
Yeah, I just seen somebody's
mean-
rookie card just broke a record.
I think
forgot
those
what
are
it
gonna
was.
plummet. I'm be honest with you, but right now they're hot.
Oh, right now,
Yeah,
getting one right now would be the
yeah,
shit, you know?
they're like Giannis rookie cards. He just won he won
Yeah.
the NBA championship. His rookie card was already like about $2,000. You're talking about an 8.0. So
Yeah.
the rating, right? You have to submit a PSA. And a 10.0 now would probably go for like, I don't know. If I'm just gonna guess, probably like $8,000. But it's just based on population about how many cards of a certain card are out
Were
there.
put out.
made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't think too highly of my Ben Simmons rookie card.
No, probably not. Yeah.
That guy
But,
can't hit a
yeah,
jumper
like
for
but
shit.
basically like Memo saying, like these like doing videos of your whatever it is you're selling or vending, it's huge,
Yeah, man. When I seen that, I mean, I did catch that. It wasn't too long ago when I seen their page selling the jewelry, and I'm like, holy shit, this is where like this is new.
yeah.
That's the kind of trend setting shit that I like to watch. I like to see, people kind of ahead of the curve when it comes to
and
that.
to me it's just more sustainable. Like as much as I love DJing, like can I do it forever? Like hopefully, you know what I mean? I'd like to as long as I can.
Right.
But like what's more sustainable, like, doing these types of services, creating content or DJing, right?
Correct.
You know what I mean? I don't know. That's because I love the music part of it. I mean, that's my favorite part. That's why we started all this. But just it's so weird to think about the future sometimes. I don't like it, but
yeah.
it's
I was just gonna say that the
Yeah.
good thing is that you guys are thinking ahead, though.
yeah.
Because the whole music thing, it is a beautiful thing, but fuck, it gets tougher and tougher once you get older and older, and family grows and all that shit. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
To be out at the club 3-4 in the morning, it gets a little tedious, man.
Ooh.
No, that's why we did this is the first we started a brunch on the Riverwalk at the Bee Kitchen.
I just told him about
Yeah.
that.
on the
Yeah.
river. It's really fun. It's probably one of the funnest things we've done DJing wise. Me personally, because we can literally play whatever we want, and we don't have the pressure of making people dance. And we also working in partnership with Red Bull.
Okay.
Okay.
They're helping us with it, and it's been really, really cool. And we can, with that sponsorship, we've been able to bring in guest DJs, and we had Freddie Fats last week, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
nice.
a cool thing because it's like chill, real chill. It's us going out to the river, a beautiful sight too. Like
Yeah.
ahí está el río, and
Where's that located? That Beat Kitchen.
right.
You know where Trump Tower is?
Yeah.
We can literally see it from where we're at.
Okay. Yeah, because he was asking me like I think I was
Yeah.
working around there.
Yeah, if I'm gonna landmark it, I don't like to landmark it just off that,
Why
but
that?
like if I'm gonna tell somebody where it's at, just go there. I'm across
go-
the street.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, real chill, man. It's like, we get to play whatever tunes we want. There's like, as a DJ, when you go out to a nightclub, there's like the standard default songs that you're
You
going
gotta
to
play what's hot right now.
You got to
and
play
that-
what's
yeah,
hot, para complacer a la gente,
yeah,
you
for
do
sure.
it. It's work. So, pero right here, it's one of those places where you can like, all right, today I feel like playing a deep house set. No Bad Bunny, no,
Yes.
no,
You
no.
You just hurt his feelings right there. He's big Bad Bunny.
No, I'm not. Fake news.
And just whatever tunes I feel like if I want to play Bad Bunny, I'll play it. But like usually for me, I my default is always like some deep house music that I can just like get in my head and just like groove. And we all have different tastes. What do you like to play then?
I like doing like old school R&B, like Luther Vandross,
Oh shit.
Oh, shit. All right.
Holland Oates. Like kind of boogie-ish.
Yeah.
A little. I mean, I'm pretty similar to Memo in that house thing. Like, I mean, it's kind of like what came before house. It was like disco.
Yeah,
So that's why I like playing. Just me
Yeah.
personally.
that jazz.
How was that? How's that Wicked Park Fest? You guys were there as well,
yeah.
right?
It rained.
It rained,
bro. It rained, unfortunately. So our set was at 5 p.m. and we actually had curated. We all decided like, all right, well, let's all play a house set. The Wicker Park Fest. I think this is a good spot for like some, bumping, house music.
Right.
And we had gotten together, and we did like a little tag team DJ set. And all right, let's go to Wicker Park Fest. As we're on their way, como que se empiezan a llegar las nubes. And like we're like, oh damn, dude, I think it's gonna rain. We're pretty sure it's gonna rain. And we're like, all right, hoping it's not. Y ya around 4:30, it starts drizzling, and then we actually got caught under the rain a little bit. Dan, you got soaked, super soaked.
Yeah, Memo actually ran across the street and hid or was under an awning, and then me and my buddy Marino Dui Loase, he was actually supposed to come with us today,
Shouts
but
to
he
Dewey.
couldn't. Me and him just got blasted. I felt like in the movies when you see people ducking bullets or like on Call of Duty, I was like behind the post that keeps the train rails up, the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
I was just like, but I was just covered in water.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
He was wearing so I get real like picky with little things. Like I was like, yo, let's all wear a Bulls jersey or something Bulls related, like something real Chicago, uniform,
Right.
like kind of like show. His like jersey got super wet, so like he couldn't wear it. I was like, fuck,
Yeah, it
man.
sucked, man. My good
I
Michael
wanted to
Jordan
look
jersey got
fucking-
wet.
Ah.
I still haven't watched it yet, too. I'm gonna watch it though this week.
You had to pull a J.R. Smith, no jersey.
I don't know. I luckily had my T-shirt underneath.
Okay.
Yeah.
That does suck though, man.
Yeah.
Your jersey got fucked
That
up.
would
Yeah.
have been cool. Like, shirtless DJ. I don't think I've seen
No, I
that.
don't think anybody wants to see that. Yeah.
Excuse my ignorance here, but so like your Pachanga team, is it you two guys, or do you guys have like more to the team?
So we do have more. We've actually it fluctuates. Definitely before the pandemic, it was a lot larger team. We were coordinating like our parties, and we had like different roles. And during the pandemic, one of the things, either we got real distanced because no events, and we had to there was no business, there
Right.
was nothing coming
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
so we had to like just not do anything, like
Right.
so I think that was a hard part for us. Just there's a business side to it
To
too.
be at a standstill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And I think it was tough for for the people some of the people who might have depended on these events,
Correct.
for whatever additional income they needed. So that was a sad part of it too. It's a lot of people losing little gigs that were helpful, for their for life.
Yeah.
Damn. Man, I have to
Yeah,
think
yeah.
about it till right now.
That's real.
Once you think about it, you're like, shit, man. The other thing that I had, because I had mentioned to my boy Bart, he's from the Aurora,
Yeah,
so
I'm
he ain't
from
from the
burbs,
city.
so-
So I was showing him. I really liked the set you guys did at with this live band on the 94th floor.
Oh
Was
yeah,
that at the John Hancock?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool.
That was fucking cool,
that
man.
was awesome, man.
How did you guys come about that fucking great venue there, or that place? Is that what was that like a whole floor kind of thing?
It was a
or-
whole floor. We basically
Shit.
treated it like our own TV studio.
Okay.
It was fucking dope.
Yeah, that looked fucking badass.
Yeah. So we had done two. Had we done one event?
We did one party.
We did one party there, and it was a hit for both of us. Like we did well. The bar did really well.
We sold like 300 tickets.
Wow.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
and
Yeah,
the
it was
space
great.
isn't that. I think it was like at capacity.
It's small. Yeah.
So like even though like it's not like a huge venue, but it's a beautiful venue too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like this is like it's even something new for the people who usually go to Pachanga. It was like, wow, this is going to
Yeah,
a place
man.
like that.
Great experience, right?
So we had our friend Juan Rangel. He is one of his close friends is a manager there, and so we had I think Dan you pitched it to them first, right?
Yeah, I emailed them and because we had worked with them, and I was like, hey, we both don't have anything going on. How about let us film up there? They provided us with the space, and it was a really great time. Logistically, it's a lot more work to like film stuff like that, and that's kind of what we learned. But luckily, we
a
had
challenge.
a pretty decent budget to pull it off.
yeah.
Enough to where like the filmmakers weren't upset with us. So, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Them
Yeah.
crew guys, you got to keep those
Yeah.
guys happy, man.
Yeah.
They'll fuck your shit up.
We wanted to kind of recreate what Pachanga is, and it's like showing the specialness of like music, the specialness of like even live performance. And so what our first one was before the one at 360 Chicago. Our first one it was like very low, like scaled back. We were just starting this off. It was at Sika Studio. Our friend Samuel Barriga, shout out to Sammy. He let us use the space.
Hell yeah. Shout out
And-
to Sammy. I know Sammy too.
You know,
Yeah,
Sammy, good guy.
Yeah,
really
man.
good guy.
He dancing. He does the folkloric, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he
So-
plays soccer.
And he plays soccer.
Back
I
in the
didn't
day.
know that.
Yeah.
Dang. So he let us use their space, and we brought in a band, Madera Once. They play like covers of like
Oh, yeah.
Juan
I've
Gabriel.
seen
Yeah,
that
man.
before.
Those guys
They're
fucking
pretty
rock,
cool.
Vicente
man.
Yeah.
Fernández. Son muy carismáticos. Saben cómo animar. So they were like, you know what? This is the perfect band to bring in for our first one. And then for the second one at 360 Chicago, we did my wife, she danced folklore like una tarima. And we had someone from Veracruz come in and do like un fandango. We had Tierra Roja performing like Cuban, like salsa, son jarocho, like
Yeah.
Caribbean sounds, and Veracruz music too. And it was just really special because you have this like really music that's not like Mexican, pero también tiene también raíces en música latina, and we had like a folkloric dance group dancing at the same time. Una tarima. It was just really special. And we're hoping to continue doing stuff like that because I think they were actually interested in like broadcasting it on their page, doing something where they can like use that content.
360 Chicago, hit me back.
Yeah.
If you
Badass.
guys want to work together?
Oh,
Yeah,
we're waiting
fuck
for them.
Waiting for the
waiting.
callback.
Waiting for the
360,
callback.
man. Come on.
No, but for real,
We're in.
we love you guys.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So I mean, we're that's the kind of stuff we like.
Yeah, shout out Robbie and Jasmine. You know who you are.
We're
We
waiting.
appreciate you.
You know their number,
ready,
man.
ready to work.
Email Dan.
Next one will be un tamborazo at 360 Chicago. That would be
That's
pretty
badass.
cool.
Yeah. No, when I seen that, I showed him that. I'm like, look,
Yeah,
check it out.
fuck,
These guys
that's-
did this 94th floor. I mean, that in itself was very unique and very, you kind of pay for that experience if you're going to throw something there,
Yeah.
It's like, what else do you want? It's a pretty badass
Yeah.
view. And I mean, the venue was nice, man.
And the drinks were very nicely priced. I
they're
always think
reasonably
about that.
priced. You're not gonna spend $15 on a martini. You might drop like
okay.
7 to 10. I mean,
Oh,
it's
shit.
not
That's
that
normal.
bad.
Yeah, yeah,
that's
or
normal.
like a Modelo or like
Yeah, it
stuff
was-
like that. It's like $5 maybe.
Yeah.
The bar sold out. They did really well.
They
And
were
we-
overwhelmed. It was cool.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's a good problem.
The other thing that I wanted to bring up, man, just because I do try to keep up with what you guys are doing is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but did you guys also just launch or did something with apparel?
Yeah.
I see you guys
Gente Fina.
showcasing
Yeah.
your shirts, right?
So we have a relationship with our friends Manny and
Abe.
They have a cool brand. They have a cool brand that's like all apparel, like clothing, cool T-shirts, like cool phrases, like the one you have right now, like really cool, like but like really Mexican or really Latino. Like I think one of their shirts that says like Viva, and it's like a nice like cactus green color shirt, like nice
Oh,
like
shit.
dirt shirt. Like the color is like really nice, like earthy colors.
They have like a mazapan shirt too.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
And it's the color of mazapan too. It's the
Yeah.
color of mazapan. It's my favorite candy too.
It's like a nice like peanutty
You know,
color.
I might have to second that, man. Mazapan is probably right in my favorite Mexican candy.
Oh, is it?
I think
Yeah.
so, man.
They're a little messy, but
What do you
yeah,
like?
They're badass. No, have you seen the big ass ones they sell?
Yeah, they did the big
yeah.
mazapans. Yep.
Yeah.
You're from Durango.
I
Are
think
those
I'm,
good?
I think I'm
Chocolate
Duvalin.
covered?
I think
Oh,
I'm
you're
Duvalin.
Duvalin.
Oh,
la
okay.
neta.
Are you from Durango?
Nah, I'm
You're
not.
not. Were you
recently
just in
went.
Durango?
I was just in Durango. It's
Oh,
really
no
nice.
shit.
Really nice. I had myself like a bunch of gorditas. 'Cause that's like
Oh,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
that's like fucking
Yeah.
gorditas everywhere in Durango, dude.
yeah.
Where in Durango did you go, bro?
We went to Durango.
Durango, hell yeah.
We were there by the Catedral. So
Nice, yeah.
our buddies got married, Sammy and Jocelyn.
Yeah,
And yeah, fucking beautiful, beautiful city. I had a lot of. Are you guys from Durango?
he is. Well,
Yeah,
my
I'm
wife
from
is.
Durango.
My wife
yeah,
is.
but not
and
from
he is.
not from the city. We're more the rancho. But
Oh, okay.
He did the whole ranch
we were,
life, man.
Yeah, we're in
Yeah.
Durango.
He was sucking on cow's titties and everything.
Yeah, I just came back too. Yeah, I wasn't doing that, but yeah.
He was out there being a rebel, man. Like fucking straight from the ranch, shooting guns every
Yeah,
hour.
it's really
Sounds like a good time.
Crazy,
yeah, it
man.
was. I'll show you guys some videos.
It was,
right
it was a
now.
little crazy, but
Fucking
yeah, I had
family
seen you out
wild
there in
out.
Durango. But yeah, when we went, it was out in Durango. We went to
Yeah.
George Castañeda, one of the Castañeda brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He got married, and he got married in Durango. I like Durango.
yeah, it was nice.
I just,
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
we were talking about this yesterday, man. I can't do the whole ranch thing for a long time, man.
Oh,
You know, the
man.
food's kind of fucked up, and the water's kind of fucked up, and it just
Everything's kind of fucked
It's
up.
the hard beds, you know. For me, like fuck that.
Yeah. The first time I went, there was a lot of. I didn't realize how many stray dogs there were in Mexico.
Oh,
you know?
hell yeah.
They're
Healthiest
everywhere,
dogs
you know.
ever.
Yeah.
Those dogs don't go to the vet. No fucking $3,000
Nah.
fucking bills for those.
And that's when I was
They
like
live
10, you know,
forever.
or 9.
Yeah,
They get hit all the
we
time.
actually talked about stray dogs yesterday too.
Yeah.
There ain't no stray dogs in North Korea.
Oh, you know, I listened to
That's
that
for sure.
shit.
Dang.
I started
Yeah.
that fucking episode.
That's too real.
Yeah, those motherfuckers took all the dogs over there. We are just saying Jose's a
Oh,
big
no.
dog
Yeah.
lover. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, North Korea, it's some crazy shit. I mean, I don't know how familiar you guys might or not
I don't know.
be with that, but
damn,
it's
holy fuck.
pretty much modern day fucking Germany from the Nazi times. I mean, concentration camps,
Damn.
no electricity.
They had no Olympic athletes either, right?
No.
Yeah.
don't
No, I mean that makes
participate in-
sense, but I was
Yeah.
just yeah. I'm
Their
just
average
asking.
height is 5'4". Their average weight is like 80 pounds. What else? There's no dogs. Like absolutely no dogs. They eliminated the dogs 2 years ago.
That's weird.
Yeah.
They get to hear one station on the radio, and that's the government station. I was explaining to these guys how their birth date works because I was listening to this pod, and they were questioning this girl, or now she's a lady. She escaped when she was 13, and you know the people were like, "Well, wait, were you 13 or 15?" So technically, very quickly, it's you know, if you're born in October, the day you're born, you're 1, and then every January 1st, you're another year. So she was 2 years old when she was 2 months old in U.S. terms. So she was 15 in South Korea and 13 in the United. So they were giving her shit about her story that she was lying because of the age difference, and she had to like, you know, point that out. But it's a very very good pod. That if you haven't listened to it, you should. It's I believe her name is Yoenmi Park. Joe Rogan, Lex Friedman, Jordan Peterson. They all had her on, and it's literally going on now. And it's like, you know, modern day Nazi out there. Like, you know, they have concentration camps. People get killed through gas chambers, and they starve them to death. And they have to collect their own poop. They have to give the government 1 ton of poop a year
Yeah, that was
Damn.
crazy. I
for
really
fertilizer. I mean, it's nuts.
crazy.
I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I see your guys' faces like shit.
Everybody ya se agüitaron
Yeah,
todos a
but
la
it's. I
verga.
mean,
It's like super controlled,
oh yeah,
just like a. It's like a world of its own. It sounds like it, almost
Correct.
like if there was like a bubble.
That's kind of
Yeah.
exactly how she explained it. Like
Yeah.
it's a different planet.
if
she
you
almost
Google map
says,
it,
yeah.
it's the darkest part in the world because they have no electricity.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And they're
weird.
right by obviously South Korea, but they're right next to like China. China is pretty much the guy that funds all this shit. So I'm not too big on China right now either because of that.
Dang.
Yeah, they explained the whole John Cena, LeBron James apologizing to China, and that's where the money's at. Everyone's there because of that.
That's where they make everything.
Yeah, that's where they make everything.
Yeah.
That's where we tweet from our iPods from fucking China. So we're part of that problem too and shit.
Yeah, and that's wild. It's hard for me to believe that like exists. Like how to
Like now, you mean?
exactly?
It-
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it should be real.
Correct.
It shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like-
I remember when I was learning about the whole Nazi thing. I'm like, well, good thing we didn't live in that fucking time. And now, I learned about this shit. I'm like, fuck, was I wrong? Shit's still going on. I mean, it's nuts. But yeah. I mean, we were just talking about stray dogs, and that reminded me of that. Jose's a big dog lover. But changing the subject a little bit, I also seen Memo, your stories, bro. I know my boy Jose will like this because we're very musically inclined. But you technically work for like the UIC, like in the music department or
I do.
theater.
Yeah, I do.
Something like
I
that.
work for the School of Theater and Music. It's yeah, dude. It's pretty cool to see how much talent there is. Like a lot of students, like how musically involved they are. Like they're rehearsing. Like it feels like almost all day. Like they're just in this rehearsal room, just performing, playing. And then the theater as well, like rehearsing. Their scenes, monologues. Like a long. I mean, these monologues are like 10-minute, like just conversations to like an audience.
And you sit
right?
in all of this. I mean, not all the time, right? But I'm saying you get to see this
I get
firsthand.
to see it. I get to see it because we have a lot of performances, like a lot
Okay.
of student performances, and my office is like really close to like all the rehearsal rooms. So I see, I just see it. Well, I used to before the pandemic, I would
Right.
see it, but now, hopefully, when things get start opening it up, I'll be able to see these performances that are like, I've never heard like jazz in vivo before I started working there. I had never seen an
Shit.
orchestra in my life, a
Yeah.
big 80, 90 group,
Oh shit. Okay.
like
Okay.
student group playing all kinds of instruments. It was just like, dang.
Do you
blows your
get to
mind.
witness a lot of like how's the stress level with these students? I mean, when it comes to that,
I don't see
is it pretty competitive though? I mean,
I don't see it. I see it very collaborative.
okay.
Yeah, it's very collaborative. I had never seen
It's
like
not like Whiplash.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
no, it's not like Whiplash. It's not
Okay.
like Whiplash. Although
You're off time, fucker.
that's a great movie.
Fuck yeah, it's
That's
a great movie.
That scene is like where he's like counting, do it again.
Yeah.
And like, oh my god, dang, that was
That's what I was hoping you were gonna be like. Yeah, I see this shit every time.
No,
man.
no. They're
Repeat that fucking line.
no. It's very no. It's very super friendly compared to that for sure. Like, yeah, the teachers are great. Like the faculty are freaking dope. Like badass, like guitarist, badass. Percussionist from different from Chicago. A lot of them are from Chicago, and you just get to experience these like top-notch musicians and students who are like getting there too.
Yeah.
It's really cool, man. Really.
Yeah, I did see that you were doing. You would go live, and there was like an outdoor.
Yeah.
They were doing social distancing outdoor, and they were
Yeah.
practicing. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was really special because I mean, these students haven't like, I think a musician. I wish I could call myself a musician, but like when I see it as like they live off of the not just the they say that el aplauso. I hear MC saying
Yeah.
that all the time,
El músico vive del aplauso.
but they're
And here
doing
comes a
it.
joke. Like, they pat their stomach and shit.
Like the musicians are doing it because they love the music. They love the sound that they make with their whatever,
Your craft,
trumpet,
man, yeah.
whatever, they're singing, and they don't need to even like, yeah, an audience definitely helps, like having 1, 2, 3, 100 thousands. Pero what's probably the most important is that they're able to hear themselves perform, play, and even more special when they're with a group of other good players, other good performers. So, I wish I could call myself
You're both musicians, right?
No, I'm not.
No.
Nothing at all. Not
He just a
music.
promoter.
Yeah, I'm just a promoter.
He started promoting. I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way, but
Yeah.
you're nothing but a promoter.
Somebody's got to
Yeah, I'm
promote.
just a promoter. And
But
a
I mean,
and a
go ahead.
podcaster now.
but
I
and a
guess.
podcast. But you know what? In a very similar way, you guys as performers, DJs, as a promoter as well, you kind of do go. We do need that audience, obviously, right? Like
course.
we get that little rush
Yes.
once the people are dancing or just screaming for more, or in our case as a promoter, you see a line at the door, you're like, fuck yeah.
yeah.
It's kind of the same way as a performer, kind of. It's the same rush, and it's the same feeling in a way
Yeah.
to see that line and to see the excitement with people and shit.
It's a lot of work to get people out.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
People don't
Yeah.
know how
Oh,
much
yeah.
it takes
Fuck.
to get.
And then it sucks, like with the live music scene, you'll be busting at, let's say it's a 4-hour contract and you're busting ass for 3 hours, nobody's up, and the last half hour everybody decides to go up, and you're like,
Yeah.
bro, we're about to leave,
Yeah.
and now you're gonna dance, but it never fails, man, as long as he dance.
Yeah, that's another important part of like what we're doing too is the dancing part of it too is like
Yeah.
people that's important if you have like a group of people dancing, then you're doing something right.
Yeah, it's
I
kind of
know.
on you guys to break the ice or have them break the ice with this particular song or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that at all, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like,
you hear a song, you're like, you know what, fuck, this song is, let me go and
Yeah, gotta
dance
do
this
it.
fucking
Yeah,
song.
fuck yeah.
But yeah,
big
I mean,
part,
you,
big
you,
part of the party.
fuck yeah, you guys are a big part of the hooking up part, man. Going getting
For
that,
sure.
right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I haven't been
That's
to
a
a
good
club
way to
in
think about it.
years.
I don't
but
know about you guys, but I know you've done a couple of events here lately, but this summer, and I know we have as well, but is that the one thing you missed was seeing people dancing together? I miss people. I missed watching people have fun. That's what I really missed. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, I think people are having a lot more fun now, especially because they went all that fucking time without being able to do
You're good.
anything. But it was definitely badass. Like our last 2 events were fucking great, and people dancing the whole fucking night. So it was good.
Yeah, how can I answer that? I've been doing this for so long that I'm gonna sound like I'm gonna come off as a dick right
you
now.
are a dick
to the audience. I just missed the fucking making money part, like kind of like getting the people in there.
Yeah.
And they
Um,
go hand in hand. The more people you have having fun dancing,
Yeah,
definitely the more money you're
gonna
making.
make.
Right.
Yeah.
but
and then
to
they're
the
gonna
point
go
where,
tell their friends.
like, if they're not dancing, like, I'm
I don't
cool
give
as
a
long as they
fuck.
pay the entrance.
Oh, hell
But I mean,
yeah.
I get you. As a performer, I kind of just had missed singing. I hadn't sang for 3 years, and I started singing, and then now I haven't been singing for 2 months, and I don't think I'm gonna go back to singing. But
No.
no, I don't think so, man. I'm fucked up with
Oh,
my
man.
throat, and I gotta figure shit out. And I'm old, man. I'm fucking probably way older than all you guys, and I need to tone it down. The plate is
Yeah.
kind of full already.
You,
But I'm cool
and you
with
got your
promoting.
son
Feel-
too, right? It's like
I
for
got
your
my
family.
son.
For
Yeah.
your family. Yeah, I mean it makes sense. I mean,
Yeah, that's where when you were talking earlier, where you're looking ahead, and I mean that's the smartest thing you can do. I think one of the main reasons here at Aguacate that we have the structure that we have is I was never a guy to live the moment, ever. Well, I'll take that back. I matured it up where I stopped living the moment. So I stopped living the, how good it is now and whatnot. So for me, I would tell people, well, I'm not even here now. Like my fucking mind's already, whatever, a year down, 2 months down.
Yeah.
So I'm rarely at the moment anymore, and that's why I became very non-sentimental. Like we can have 1,000 people, and I'll just be straight faced. Like, all right, well, shit, I wish we had 1,500 people.
Yeah.
Like it's in a way it's kind of bad where it's never enough and shit
Yeah.
because I just want
it's
more.
like the next high. You know.
Yeah. Let me
Yeah.
check this off. Let's hit the next one. But that's kind of how I feel about that shit. What do you
you
think?
guys ever get this like feeling after a show, like any show, good or bad, like where you just don't do anything the next day? You're like your body's like your mind is like tired or um like for me, I get like super sad like after even like a good show because it's like you put so much energy, boom, boom.
It's just
boom,
like it's over, you
and
know.
you're like, oh
Yeah.
Damn.
dang.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, even as a performer, when I would, let's just say we had a great weekend. We got a couple musician guys here now, but after a good amount of hours, um, we would ride in the van. No music was allowed. Like it's like turn off the fucking radio. Like we just need to like
yeah. The
You
ride
know?
home after a DJ set, it's no
Yeah.
music.
Quiet.
no
right?
music,
Hell
man.
yeah.
I mean, and that was more in our later
Silence.
years.
Yeah.
And with bailes, well, the bad ones are bad, man. Like bad ones, you know, we've had that
Super
feeling
sad,
in the
man.
stomach where it's just like, a veces hasta te da chorro la chingada. Like you got diarrhea, and you're just like,
Took a
Man.
huge L.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
But because of the same reason that I had said, like, I try not to live the moment. I mean, I live that L very quickly, and then I'm already like, fuck it, let's, you can't just dwell, man,
Yes.
because you're just gonna just stay there. And I told these guys, like, at the beginning, these guys, Puro Compa guys, from Aurora, big shout out to my guys. They're gonna be here next week too. They would like stop texting in the group text for like 3 fucking days, and I'll be like, "What the fuck
What's
is
up,
wrong with you guys?
motherfuckers? Yeah.
Fucking snap out of it." We lost some money. Let's recuperate that money.
Yeah. I feel
But-
like we all have to almost be prepared for like a loss. Like
Oh, for sure.
like
Yeah, man.
like I feel like there's no formula to a good there are like elements, right? But
Yeah,
it's never going to hit like 100. You never know. It's a big risk, I
Right.
think.
Like you could have the most badass group ever,
Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah.
and if you book them at the wrong time of the year, nobody's gonna come.
Oh, yeah.
I agree,
for
man.
sure.
You know.
I
Yep.
fucking agree. Or you can have like we've had back in the day we would sell out our reservation, and then there was like a snowstorm, and
yeah.
then nobody fucking went, and it's just like what the fuck, you just the unexpected always happens, man.
Yeah.
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 But yeah.
I mean, like for us, it's like, okay, let's budget, let's budget ourselves a certain way. Let's get creative, right? Let's do some cool fucking shit. Pero tampoco like, let's be realistic.
So which one of you guys is the gambler, like, or who calms who down? Like, is there, or both of you guys, are you both of you guys pretty,
I think we're.
steady on that?
I would say I was probably more like that in the beginning, like because we did a party with what we were talking to you guys about it earlier, like a zombie quinceañera, and we had like a banda at East Room. I think it's the first time Logan Square ever had a banda in like one of the bars.
Felt like it.
It was dope. Like you could hear it through the windows of the bar. People were like, you could hear this down the
What's
street.
going on in there?
Yeah, it was badass. Memo didn't believe in it right away,
I was like, nah, this ain't gonna hit, bro. This is a big risk.
and but he also, I don't know. I think we both kind of come that way, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I think we always have to be
Disclose it.
skeptical with each other. Like, I think that's part of when any business or like our partnership that we have is like we have to trust each other even when it's like a wild idea and be like, okay, you believe in this? Yeah, I believe in this. I think this is it. I'm like, all right, let's do it. Same thing. I say some crazy things like, oh man, maybe we should like bring this like, the experience of it. We can bring some projectors here and do like this, and that. And it's like, well, that's just going to be super expensive, or that's just not, this doesn't logistically make sense for us to do that.
It's the same for you too, right?
Yeah, well, you know what? We got really lucky that when we came in, we partnered up with this fucking guy who's fucking 10 years, I'm sure, already.
Oh no, he's
seasoned,
like
so-
he's like the legend himself.
Yeah, so we got really lucky to that where we kind of just trusted everything this guy is like throwing at us, and we're like, fuck
Yeah,
it. Well, we were big right away. We fucking
Yeah.
this dude linked us up with like the main guy, and we're
I was-
getting
yeah.
Banda El Recodo.
I was asking
Like,
because
or for our like third event and shit,
Dang.
Banda El Recodo and shit.
Oh,
and
that's
it's
a
like
big one.
Fucking
That's why I was
$50,000.
I was asking you guys like, who's the fucking gambler?
Dang, like that.
When I met these guys and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna do." Well, I actually kind
He's
of
kind of the
convinced
one.
them
Yeah.
because I'm like, "Hey, let's do some events." And by the third event, we're like a $50,000 budget. I'm that guy. I'm that guy that likes to kind of go big or go home. Kind
Somebody's
of.
got to be that guy.
Yeah,
though.
and we
Yep.
just
Yeah,
fucking
but someone's got to fucking tell me to shut the fuck up sometimes.
like you said, like we knew that these guys knew what they were doing, so it was easy for us to just be like, well, fuck,
Okay.
we can partner up with this guy. Well, let's fucking do it. And yeah, we had some good ones. We had some.
Well, we're not gonna lie. We had some. I mean, like anything. Like you know, I'm big believers of. I'm a big believer. Our company are big believers of shit takes time.
Yeah.
And money.
Yeah.
So we went in there with a plan to say, hey, we're probably gonna lose our ass the first 6 months, like our ass, but we're gonna recuperate it in the next 2 years. And that's kind of how it went and went about.
Yeah, for sure.
Like we lost our ass for the first maybe 2 months. Which
You're
is
thinking
total.
long term.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the venue.
Had been closed down for like 7 fucking years,
Yeah.
and people would they would call and be like, "Hey, this place, this is open."
Yeah.
like, and we're
Yeah,
like,
Saba,
you
what they
know
call in Spanish, está quemado.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
know, they would
yeah.
they would
They went through a
announce
really
bands
bad,
and never show up
a bad,
or cancel them.
yeah. They went through a really bad fucking
Ah.
time.
They got burned, right? And we went in there and announced bands, and we didn't care if it was 200 people, like, and the fucking guys were 20 grand. Like, we're like, all right, let's go. And people started appreciating that, and
Damn.
then after that, it was just success, man.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
People
Fucking
just don't want to be scammed, you know. There's so many
Reservation.
scammers out
Yeah.
there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So we had it in there, had to go in that environment and kind of change the concept and the perception of how
So-
people were looking at that place.
If I'm going to ask your opinion on, so what do you think about that, like Snoop Dogg and Banda MS that
Oh,
track?
it's a genius, man.
It's really good, right?
Yeah. But who's the biggest genius with that? Well, you're talking about the track.
Just the song itself, I think
Okay.
it's really cool.
Go
Well,
on,
other
I
than
got
the
you,
track, how about Snoop is not a dumb motherfucker? Because Snoop, if you ever hear this, man, let me get in
come
there,
through.
Yes.
bro. You know what Snoop also is doing, other than that one track? He's also partnering up in these bailes.
Yeah,
So it's like
Really?
Snoop Dogg Productions.
or some shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
Yeah.
If
So
you-
like these. So I'm only assuming here, because no me consta, but these big venues that these big Mexican bands are doing now, it's through him.
yeah.
Like he's the guy that plugged
It's
them
getting
up.
them in there.
Yeah.
per se.
And
you know?
he's the guy that's getting some sort of percentage, you know. They did one here at SeatGeek, and he was part of the show. Like he was part of the production or the promoters. So not only is he getting his feet into music with the track, he's also making money off the bailes or the events now. These huge bailes, not no little. He's doing all the stadium ones, you know. And the Snoop Dogg Productions or whatever his company is on those flyers.
That's what
He's
upsets me a little
everywhere.
bit about the Chicago scene. Is like, why haven't, you know, we got local legends, you know, like Twista. Imagine if you got in the banda scene, bro. That would go crazy because, but
What do you think, Carlos?
Snoop grew up with
next?
Snoop grew up like in the Mexican neighborhood, so he knows Spanish. He
Yeah,
knows banda
yeah,
music. He
yeah.
knows like banda mi mexicano, probably. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just from being at parties and like smoking blunts with his friends. You
Right.
know?
Hell yeah.
But the track itself I liked it.
Yeah.
I like the track. They just did the live show where they performed it for the first time. I don't know if you guys caught it on Facebook.
That sounds amazing.
It was badass. I mean, the place was slam packed, and I mean, he picked the perfect banda, the number one banda right now. They're the banda.
Dude,
MS.
imagine him in a Grupo Firme track. Dude, that would
Right.
I'm sure it's fucking probably coming.
That's on
Something's
the works.
Don't
coming.
doubt
It's
it.
on the
I don't
Right now,
doubt
it's
it.
right now in the regional mexicano. It's a big deal right now. There's these guys called Calibre 50 and a huge influencer named Beto Sierra, and they just linked up with a guy called Santa Fe, some shit. He's like a reggaetonero rapper guy, and they were just showboating how they had 6 million views in 6 days on YouTube.
Wow.
Some
Yeah,
crazy
they-
shit.
Yeah,
That's the next.
I think that's what's big right now. the
That's what's
linking
huge,
up,
man.
Fucking
That new generation, man, the younger generation than you guys, and of course me. The Rancho Humilde, you guys heard of Rancho Humilde? So they're like the I don't want to call them like the modern day. What's that Suge Knight?
Death
label?
Row.
Death
Oh,
Row.
I
man.
thought you were gonna say that. That kind of makes sense though.
But it's kind of
In
like
Cali, that's
if I
what they
had to
are right
compare
now.
it,
like
that's
sort of
the-
cartelly vibes, right?
Very.
A little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
they're very rap vibes. You know,
Yeah.
it's a very. He's regional, but
Like
they're
narco
they're
corridos.
no,
No,
they're
like the
calling
whole
it.
Natanael Cano, the
They're calling it
tumbado.
urbano,
Urbano,
or
yeah.
urban, yeah,
Yeah.
or the corridos instead of being the narco corridos, they're calling it tumbados, which pretty much means you're kind of like
Smoking weed
smoking a
and
lot of weed
doing
and
lean
doing the
and
syrup. Yeah,
Is it kind of like trap music a little bit?
well,
andale?
they do trap as
They
well.
do
yeah.
trap.
Like trap banda?
It's called corrido trap.
Dude, that sounds fire.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it is
I would do
trap.
a whole set of that.
I'll put you on with that.
Well, I was gonna ask, do you throw that Snoop and Banda MS? Or have you thrown it into
No,
one of your sets?
I've
Come
never
on,
played it
dog.
live.
Come on, man. You
I
gotta
know,
get in.
right?
I would
You gotta
play
get
it
in
like I feel like that's a good like song you even play it during a cocktail hour during like a wedding or something.
Yeah, it's
like,
pretty chill
All
song.
right.
It's a great
It is,
song. Like
it
it's
is,
very
man.
good singing too.
I wonder who produced that shit.
Yeah.
That was
Great hook. Yeah.
What does it say? La maldición perfecta? No.
It's,
No, la
de-
razón
de
de-
quererte or
Or
something.
de,
like that.
de amarte.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys inviting us too, cause I just cause the way I grew up in mostly like Joliet, but like rancho, like Mexicano stuff.
Okay.
And it was like, but I'd love like regional music. And like, if somebody looked at me, obviously this isn't being video recorded, but
Right.
if you saw me, you wouldn't think that. But that's what I really love, cause
of the
because my
stash.
uncle and my dad played music too. He was a drummer in a band called Mensaje Tropical.
Yep.
Mensajero.
Mensaje.
Mensaje.
Mensaje, yeah.
Yeah.
Mensaje Tropical.
They recorded 145, and I have it at my house. I think I gave it to
Yeah,
you.
you gave it to me. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna
and,
bring that up as
uh,
well. He comes from a musical background.
Yeah. And my uncle just came to town too. My uncle who wrote all the songs. It's just really, I don't know. It's just something I've always enjoyed. The money's been making money on music has been awesome. Like just for my family and myself, my personal mental health.
Ah, hell yeah.
But
I'm glad you
just
brought that up.
I just love it. Like in regards just to that, like my dad being a drummer, he actually came out to my DJ set on Sunday at the Riverwalk.
Okay.
And it was cool. And I don't know, man. It's really nice to, I still have my full-time job and have my insurance for my family and stuff. And, it's what's the important stuff. My wife and daughter are good.
Right.
And, I just feel really blessed to, like, be in a position I am in today, basically.
Fuck
Sorry, I didn't mean to, like,
No,
run on there.
that's actually
Not at all.
pretty badass because you love it. O sea, it fills you. Being able to do that, it fills you, and then the fact that you get paid for it even fucking better.
That's the best part.
yeah.
Yeah, it feels good, I don't know.
That's the best part. You're like any of us musicians. I mean, we've always said on the Guac Pod, like it's a passion, man.
Yeah.
Some people take it to some different level of passion, but regardless, it's still a passion,
Exactly.
and it's the best fucking side job you're ever gonna have.
Exactly. If I'm a teacher for the rest of my life and I can do this, like, I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad,
What do you teach, man?
I'm a special ed teacher. I've
Okay.
been doing it for like 10 years. I started out working with like people with like severe, like wheelchair bound people.
Okay.
People, it's just so weird because like people first language now, right? It's not you're saying this person has this. It's a person with this.
Okay.
I don't know. Like that's the way it's supposed to be said, but I fuck up or I mess up every once in a while, like
That's
forgetting
the,
those
politically
rules.
correct way of saying it,
Exactly. Yeah. And just by law, with like contract or IEPs and stuff. and
Yeah.
It's so weird. And it's something that's important to me, helping out the community. I work in Brighton Park too, so
Ah, okay.
yeah, like not too far from here, and it's cool and I'm a basketball coach too. I just try to be a positive influence on the kids,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not perfect by no means, but I just try to be a good person. I don't know.
Fuck yeah. I mean, shit. First of all, it takes a special person to be a teacher, any kind of teacher
Yeah.
to begin with.
And then especially,
My brother's a teacher. His wife's a teacher, and then a special ed teacher. It's a different level as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
Next round.
Yeah. It's just something. It's something I've always enjoyed doing, and it's good. And I'll be upfront right now. I'm a CTU member. I'm a Chicago Teachers Union person.
Nice.
It's I can honestly say I don't agree with everything to do, but I don't disagree with everything to do. I make a good living. I'm happy. Without them, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. Like just in my own as an assistant. I'm not even a teacher. I'm like the help. So it's like, it's like one of those things. It's good.
Hell yeah. Where did you grow up, Emma?
I grew up in Cicero, so
Okay.
actually lived in Cicero all my life.
Okay.
It's a good spot, man. I think a lot of I mean we all grew up in different places. I assume.
Yeah.
Like Cicero is very, but there's a lot of similarities from what I hear. Like people talk about like CPS schools. Like the lunches are very similar.
The lunches. I like
The
that.
lunches. I think that's probably one of the things that connect us. Like, oh man, well we used to have this like sandwich, this frozen sandwich that we would eat with peanut butter and jelly
Yeah.
sandwich or something.
This bomb has pizza.
This pizza,
pizza,
yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's even not by us.
But yeah, it's Cicero, hometown. It's but I have aspirations to one day move to.
You're
somewhere
Morton
else.
East Mustang.
Morton East Mustang.
You're about to
yeah.
get your master's, right?
Oh
I'm
shit!
about to get my-
Yeah. When is
yeah.
it? Soon?
Soon, I'll be done by November. And
In Spanish? Sorry, bro.
it
keep
will
cutting
be
you off.
in no, it's called strategic brand communication. So it's like marketing essentially in
okay.
the world of marketing. Yeah. And I started during the pandemic when I found myself kind of like finding myself again. Like
Yeah.
oh man, what do I do? What can I do? And through UIC, there's like a lot of programs that help you like pay for school.
Nice.
So that was one of the incentives. I was thinking like, all right, I'm gonna go and it's gonna get paid by the university. That was the main like reason. It's the strongest one. But I also wanted to like keep myself busy and like educate myself and be able to build myself in my resume and as education. Find people who are also like who are also in the same world who are thinking like me and that I can potentially make career connections.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'll do it. I'm gonna meet some really great people, and I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna educate myself during this time that I have lots of time. I'm not promoting events. I'm not doing big musical concerts.
You're at home.
I'm at home.
Yeah.
And everyone's kind of doing something. So I consulted with my wife. Always got to consult with my wife and make sure that
I'm telling Bart, man. Once you get married,
Yeah,
man,
you always gotta check in with the wife.
you can't think for yourself anymore. So enjoy these last years, buddy.
yeah.
It's gonna be like this for a while.
I like this life.
Yeah.
So and I think she was the main motivator. She's like, yeah, you should do it. You should do it. Just go in and do it. You need to. There's
Do something.
do
right?
something.
Well, that's the badass part that I was saying. You fucking just because of the negative of the pandemic, you brought the positive out of it. and
Yeah, man.
Went back to school, and now you're getting your fucking master's. So
Yeah.
congrats to you, man.
Thank you,
Fucking
thank
you.
congratulations,
Yeah.
badass.
Thank
And
you.
then we've had other guests that as soon as I find out they're bookworms like me, I always ask, if you have to, I want to put you on the spot a little bit, but if you have to pick your top 5 books to recommend anybody listening, what would they be?
I'll plug in Cien Años de Soledad. That is probably,
Is that your number 1?
I think that's my number one.
Oh shit!
The short story that I mentioned, No oyes ladrar los perros. That would be close to second. Honestly, all the books that I read in my last year, the Paulo Coelho's Alchemist. That
Yeah.
one's really good. That's like if you're trying. That one's truly if you're like in a moment of transition in your life and you need that extra like kick to like
That-
give
to
you that
believe.
wisdom and believe
Yeah,
and
man.
like trust yourself in the world and the process. That's the book to read.
Yeah.
Really magical. I would say no. Yeah, that's the third. Fourth one. Another one that I read was called The Underdogs. It's about the Mexican Revolution. Es de un escritor who joins Pancho Villa's army, and he sees like how this like group of
Guerrillero, okay.
guerrilleros, revolutionaries who have like start off with like a good cause, corrupt themselves over time because they're going into like it starts from them like yeah para la gente para
El
come in
pueblo
and
y la
para el
chingada,
pueblo little by little these people these guerrilleros who are like supposed to be good people turn into like the worst pieces of shit. Like they go in and like massacre cities for no good reason just to rob.
Shit.
And
It's the underdogs.
se llama The Underdogs by Mariano Azuela.
Okay.
Really good. Also, really short book. You could probably finish that one like in a couple days if you read like at least 20 minutes a day. You can finish that one real quick. No oyes ladrar los perros. That one you can read like in a matter of 20, even less, 10 minutes.
Okay.
And that one, I would say I'm gonna give you three or four. I can't really think of any other additional one that I would add to it. I'm also a big Bible reader.
Okay.
I read the Bible every day. Little scripture, keeps me founded, or grounded.
Grounded. Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps me grounded. So, yeah.
You a big reader, Dad?
Sporadically.
Okay.
So, if I'm gonna give you, so I was thinking about your question as you were asking Memo, the top five. I think my favorite book ever was A Clockwork Orange.
Okay.
Oh,
That book is nuts.
It is nuts.
Kind of like makes you think about racism in a really weird way, like in how it like works, how it's
Yeah.
learned, and it can be unlearned.
Yep.
So weird.
dang. Is that the same as the movie?
I've never seen the movie.
No.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I read all the Lord of the Ring books when
Oh,
the
yeah,
movie
me
came
too.
out.
Awesome.
Oh, you did too?
Yeah. I
And
got it right
then,
there.
Catcher in the Rye is always a good book.
That is a good book.
I don't know. I know Catcher in the Rye is a little high schooly, but
Yeah. It's all good. High school books are cool,
Yeah,
man.
those are good too.
Fuck yeah.
That's why they teach them because they're good. They're
kinda
classics.
giving you that little path, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you guys something else.
The Hobbit's a good book too.
Do I have The Hobbit? I know I haven't. I've seen The Hobbit. I love all the Hobbit movies too, man.
What about
Those are
you,
good.
bro? You got some books?
Alchemist is my number one. I actually named my son. His middle name is Paulo because of, that guy's like my life teacher, man.
Yeah.
I think everyone kind of goes through a moment in life
Mhm.
at different ages for everyone, but that particular book just opened it up, and then from there I went on a reading binge, and I read all his books. They're making that into a movie, man.
Are they really?
Yeah, The Alchemist.
The Alchemist.
Will Smith being the producer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, it's
I get
it looks awesome.
I can almost see him even being the character, Will Smith. Maybe like, well,
I think-
because it's about a kid though, right?
I think Santiago. Yeah, it starts. It's pretty much the kid's the main
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, I think he's in it though.
He's in
Or
it.
I'm not sure if it's his son. Somebody's in it. You can look it up on Paulo's page because they just started teasing it.
Yeah.
He's got like all these big fucking dudes, like producers, cinematography guy, like 6 fucking big time guys that are part of
Everybody
the movie.
wants to work on it.
Yeah, I mean that's a great book, man.
That's
So any of his
beautiful
books,
book.
I mean, he's got a book for everything, Like I just recommended Jose this book called The Fifth Mountain from him.
Oh.
I read I like Inferno. I don't know if you ever read Inferno
With
from
Dan
Dante.
Brown? Oh,
Well,
Dante.
Yeah, Dante Alighieri.
Like the
Yeah, Dan Brown.
classic.
Dan Brown did he did the movie Inferno off of that. Technically off of that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no, that was Tom Hanks, but Dan Brown did Angels and Demons, The Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, yeah.
Love those movies.
Yeah, those are great movies too, man.
Dang.
The books are better. And then like Pedro Páramo.
Yes. I've been wanting to read that.
Yeah, I have that there. It's fucking awesome too. What else, man? I read so I have a whole bunch of Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Like,
The
Cien
Spanish
Años-
is tough. Like I don't read it in Spanish. I read it in English because
I have a lot of them that are both because
Oh,
I kind
really?
of like to challenge myself a little
Yeah.
bit. That's why I said like the Cien Años is a tough read for me. It was a tough read for me. I did it in Spanish, and then I ended up doing it in English. That's when I just had more time to read, man. But Paulo, anything from Paulo, I mean, That's my go-to guy, man. I mean, anything really.
Yeah.
Manuscritos Encontrados en Acra is a great book. Um, I don't know, man.
Did you ever get into poetry? Because you're also
Yeah.
a writer and
So
you're,
when I
you're a
first-
singer, so I would imagine
When I
there's
first got out of high school, I went to Columbia College, and I took technically back then my major was actually something that was new then, which was writing, like poetry writing, and I did
nice.
have my little poems there from back in the day.
Got your
I-
haikus and stuff.
Yeah.
Those
I
are
mean,
fun.
I fucking stopped writing though, which is my big mistake. I just
Ah.
stopped writing and I went straight to just tons of reading. Now I like all this weird shit, man. Like there's this guy named Graham Hancock. He's got like the fingerprints of the gods. The chariots of the gods is another one. I'm big on aliens and shit like that.
Oh,
man.
Ancient
cool.
Aliens.
Yeah, fucking. I can watch season 1 through 30. And I'll sit
in
there.
all
I'll
day.
marathon that fucking weekend.
After a while, it got to me. I was like, I can't watch this. Before you go to bed, it's weird. But like, you can't watch it before you go to bed. During the day, it's cool.
me
Ancient
out-
Aliens? Is that what it's
Ancient Aliens is a History Channel
I
show.
love
called?
it.
Yeah, me too, man. I'll fucking sit there. That guy with the spiky ass hair, the Greek guy, is fucking funny as shit. I also wanted to pick your guys' brain on a current event with this CPD officer that just got shot and passed away. Like, is any thoughts on your guys' behalf as to the violence? I know you guys are not technically in the city, but obviously you guys are connected to the city,
Yeah.
and it's not the first time. In a different pod, we actually talked about when this kid, Adam Toledo, got killed with the
Yeah.
hands up, and
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
super sad.
yeah.
Um,
What do you
Yeah.
guys think about all that, man?
So I for me
We were talking about this before we came.
And
up
then you
here,
guys
too.
work with kids. Yeah, man.
so for me I actually my older brother was a police officer
Ah, okay.
up until about 3 or 4 years ago. He had an incident very similar to Ella Finch. Was that her name or
Yeah.
French?
Ella French.
Ella
like
French.
that.
Yeah.
Ella French. Very similar to Ella French. They stopped the car, and this guy comes out shooting,
Shit.
and like this is heavy artillery, like big gun, like
Yeah.
automatic for
Rifle,
sure.
long-
Wow.
long
And
guns, yeah.
my brother was shot 6 to 7 times,
Stop.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
and so
He's okay, by the way.
he's
Yeah.
okay.
He's
But
okay.
this was
He's
just
good.
a regular traffic stop, though.
This was a traffic stop, yeah, a regular traffic stop.
Damn.
And this person comes out. Turns out this person was like freaking criminal from like California,
Wow.
and it was a big thing. Like it was, I mean, not only in the news for sure. It came out in the news.
Yeah.
It was a family, and especially for him, of course, obviously, like
Fucking life
it
change.
rippled. It was
Yeah.
like there was like
Shit.
a ripple effect, and it was definitely tough. So for this moment, I can relate to.
Hits home.
It hits home for
Yeah.
sure. It hits home, and it's really really horrible thing. And I think for the family right now, because I can relate to it. Like I wasn't thinking about any criminals. I wasn't thinking about any like the world, what was happening outside. I was thinking about, is my brother gonna be okay?
It was
Right.
non-political for you.
It was
Non
it was-
anything kind of
Non-
thing.
It
Yeah.
was it
Yeah.
was like a thing of like, I just want my brother to be okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's you're. If something would have happened, for sure, my mind would have been like immediately like some shit's got to get done. Like
Yeah.
like there's just something, justice has to happen.
The
Okay.
crazy part though is like when you think about it too, like as a teacher, it's like I was telling Memo on the way here. It's like because you see, social media comments on all this stuff.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
my what I told Memo was like either become a police officer or a teacher and make a change. I don't know what, like you can't comment about this if you're not gonna bring something productive to the conversation. You know what I mean? I mean, you can dog people if you want, but it's like, is that really gonna help the situation? Because we all grew up probably pretty similar. We all had cousins who were gang members at some point.
Or
Maybe
new
somebody's
ones.
been somebody, or whatever. You know what I mean?
There's a rotten apple in everything, right?
You know what? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I'm not like trying to like downplay the situation because it was horrible. You know what I mean? And obviously, it's tragic what happens.
Yeah.
To every talk about Adam. That's
Yeah.
tragic as well.
Fuck
It's
yeah.
like, how do we stop these things from happening? Basically, is my thing.
Yeah.
You
Did
know?
you come up with anything in there?
Nah, man.
No.
Yeah.
Did
That's-
you come up
that-
with anything?
I think
Or what do you guys consider to be the root of that? If
It's
you
just
have to,
the
like,
devil, evil, bro. It's
well, yeah,
you
but
know what
I'm
I
saying
mean?
like in realistic
Yeah.
terms.
yeah. I don't know.
so. I think. I think, man, there's a lot. So, I think there is a stronger system of access for people for like there's after school programs. There's tons of after school programs, and I know this because my wife's she teaches after school programs, and she
Okay.
tells me like there's no like we're like recruiting heavily. Like we're always looking for students to be a part of like after,
Students, do they go though?
but the thing is that students don't go.
Yeah, that's where I. That's
Like
where
what is it? And that's the thing. Like that's the question. Like what is it? Why don't they want to be there? Why don't they like this? And I think it's a benefit for the parents too because the thing is a lot of parents are working. From
double shifts.
Double
and
shifts.
whatnot.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
stuff I see. You got the kids
Single
that's coming
moms.
in. That's not coming in bathed or might smell a little funny, and their clothes might be a little dirty, or
Yeah.
they didn't wash them in like a couple of days. But it's like one of those things,
Yeah.
And mind you, just my cousin, when I was a little kid, my cousin who took care of me, she got killed in a drive-by
Oh shit.
due to gang violence. So
Yeah.
I'm when I say what I said earlier, it's not out of like ignorance. It's
No.
just experience, I
Yeah.
don't know. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, we've talked about this on other pods. Like where's now who's at fault? Because like the whole Adam Toledo, they started pointing the finger on social media. Like where's the mom? Where's this?
Yeah,
where's
yeah.
And I just think that it's even deeper than that. Because single moms didn't just start existing. Um, yeah, fuck, man. When I kind of voiced it pretty hard that one time, and to me it just baffles my mind that I kind of brought it back to I'm not a big politics guy. I think politicians are not good.
just make promises just to
Yeah,
like,
man.
win that
And
vote.
it irks me that you get to see all these parking lots that got these great lit up, lights that light up the whole fucking parking lot, but they can't light up the alleys in Little Village.
Yo,
Things that can help out.
Yeah, it's like Oak Park, man. That's where I
Yeah.
live. But right now with my family, it's beautiful, and that's why I
Right.
live there. And
Yeah.
all this lights are lit up by lamps every night. and
Yeah, it
it's-
makes you feel safe. It's a comforting feeling.
Yeah.
damn, okay, yeah. And I agree. It's a lot of like they're looking more out for their pockets, like
Fuck
getting
yeah.
these like contracts with
Yes,
excuse me,
sir.
with like random. There's not even, there's a street that doesn't need to be repaired or something, and they're like, oh, let's fill
Correct.
up that hole, and there's like this fucking other big ass crack over
Yeah,
there.
man.
That's like,
Because
Yeah.
I understand, like there is programs, there is after school programs, and there is resources, but I come out of Little Village. I lived there 26 years, and I guarantee you that the majority of these families don't really know about these programs.
No,
Because of
exactly.
ignorance. Because
Yeah.
of ignorance in the correct way of using the word ignorant, right? Without any offense to it.
They're doing their best to survive.
Yeah,
and
man. They're
like-
worried about how to survive.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
when you're just trying to survive, it's hard to focus on getting better.
Correct.
yeah,
That's a great way to put it, actually. I agree.
What it is.
So I mean, the root for me was that, like, hey, these politicians, they gotta fucking do more, instead of looking out for them
Yeah.
most of the time. They're already making money, man. Like, just fucking look out for these kids, man. Like, it's tough, man. It's tough. But yeah, I just wanted to see where you guys,
Yeah.
where you guys stood on that.
Yeah.
There-
It's a good topic.
it's a
Yeah, we're, I'm not a very political person or whatever, but I try to stay in the middle for the most part.
You're a
know?
centrist, man.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I don't
man.
think everything's
Me
too.
too.
Life's just one big gray area.
Yeah.
in general.
First of all, just having two political parties is like, fuck, is that it?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Like, there's a lot of motherfuckers just go left or right.
Yeah.
Give me some more options, man. Because they can be very radical, both
Exactly.
ways. Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
And I actually like to follow both like super conservative and then both liberal and conservative stuff
Yeah.
just to say what they're just to see the difference. And I'm also like very centrist. Like I like to challenge myself in that way. It's like, okay, what? All right, that doesn't make sense with what what this other person is saying. It's the same event, but they're saying it in different ways in their perspective.
Fuck yeah.
And sometimes those
That's what they
perspectives-
believe at the end of the day. Like, how am I supposed to tell this adult person that what they're saying is wrong?
Yeah. Well,
Like,
especially nowadays.
Oh man.
Yeah, no,
They're
and
going to cancel your ass out.
or not even that. It's
Cancel
like,
this guy.
I'm not in that position to tell you you're wrong for believing that. Like, I mean,
Yeah. But we should be in the position to at least like sit down and conversate about it, right?
Yeah.
oh hell yeah! And
Yeah.
I did that in Arizona actually when I went to Maricopa
nice.
County. It was kind of crazy, but
He went
you
to
know.
a rally. He was out there with.
Oh, really?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, damn it. Like, record it.
No,
You should record it.
but you know, it's a very conservative area.
Fuck yeah.
You know, it's like, I mean, I was just there trying to watch Suns games. You know,
Yeah.
But it got
Badass.
political.
every now and then, but I mean, it was okay with me. I wasn't mad at my friend who I was visiting. You know,
You can't get mad, man.
I love him. My
Yeah.
friend Marty Gadera. He let me
There you
stay
go.
with him.
Shout out
you know?
Marty.
Shout out
Shouts
to
to
Marty.
you.
You
Fuck
know,
yeah, Marty.
he's like my older brother. You know,
Love you, Marty. I've never met you.
he's a
He
good
was
dude,
just
though,
trying
you know?
to watch the Suns game. That's it.
Suns
I'm
in
trying to watch Suns games.
Suns in 4.
Yeah, I was there right
I
after
want
that.
That's the fucking Suns.
Damn.
Fuck
Well,
that.
guys, man, we do want to say fucking thank you for stopping by. We chopped it up for
Yeah.
almost a couple of hours, like an hour and a half or
Oh,
so.
snap.
I don't know what it was over there, Jose.
Yeah.
Yeah, hour and a half.
All
Something
right.
like that.
What's
Like-
up, Bart?
Oh,
I
man.
cut you off right now, man. Sorry.
No. It's all good, man. I fucking appreciate these guys coming to hang out with us, man. It's good to, kind of learn what you guys been through. And shit, we're going to be waiting on that 360 call. All four of us.
All of us. All of us.
Man.
are
Hey,
ready.
let's go.
We're ready.
Yeah.
No,
Banda
for
night at 360 Chicago. Come on,
Dude,
Robbie.
For sure. Come on.
Come on, 360.
Yeah.
Don't play hard to get.
No. It was definitely nice meeting you guys, bro. And fuck, we appreciate. Or at least I appreciate what you guys are doing. You know, you guys always try to throw you, like you say, your fucking the roots. You know, that type of vibe into your guys' events, man. I'm definitely gonna come fucking check you guys out on the river one of these days. I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully your next
Not
next
this
event.
weekend. Next weekend.
There you go.
There you go.
Next
Pop out.
weekend, catch
Pop
me
out.
at the fucking
Got
river.
you guys on some beers.
Yeah, Bart loves doing all this shit.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely going out and
Goat
shit.
cheese. They have a slamming goat cheese chorizo pizza. It's really good.
Shout out to Benny,
Shouts to Chef,
Chef Benny.
Chef Benny. I'm gonna be coming through for that
Hell
goat
yeah.
cheese chorizo pizza. 'Cause
Yeah,
I fuck
man.
with it, but definitely, man. Appreciate you guys coming through and
It was a good one, man.
Yeah, for
I wanted
sure.
to bring you guys in. Me and Dan have been in touch about some other things, and I told Bart, like, you know what, I'm going to invite these guys. Just because the show, like I had explained to you, other than the musicians, I wanted to bring in people that are interesting to me and to him, because he brings in the Aurora people. But just people that
Aurora.
big shout out to A-Town. They're always supporting
Yeah,
us,
for
man.
sure.
But more than anything is our show is very, like I told you earlier, we're never gonna argue with anybody that comes in here and gives us their beliefs and gives us their left or right. Like we're not here to argue. Like we want to hear your stance on things, and we wanna be able to conversate about it. But more importantly, we're very much about the positive or the positivity. And you guys, from when I first met you guys, not that long ago, I just felt a good vibe. It was a good positive vibe, and
sure.
I knew both of you guys were in a way in the education system that, to me, I will always preach to all the musicians, even though most of them don't listen, because music is such a strong drug, is the way I look at it. I always say, man, go to school, man, finish school. I know it's tough because I didn't finish it either, but being that you guys are in that in the education system, I wanted you guys to come on here and just bless us with your guys' thoughts and theories of how shit works on your side. So I want to thank you guys, Danny and Memo, Pachanga,
Thank you.
for stopping by. There we go.
63rd.
Thanks.
63rd Street. effects.
The effect.
the
That's like the
effect.
drop, like the when you start your show.
Yesterday, fucking cops passed by for like
Oh, man,
45 seconds.
Yeah, man. Well, like 12 patrol cars.
That's good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to listen to that on the fucking.
But hey man, thank you guys.
you.
I hope you guys had a great time. We had a good
For
time.
sure.
Thank you
And
so much.
we are gonna have recurring. Our guests are gonna be recurring. So
Yeah.
we'll hit you guys up in some months to see where you guys are at then.
Yeah, we
Ah,
love that.
cool.
We
Yeah.
love that. And
Hopefully at 360.
No, well,
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah.
come back and talk about the 360
360
event.
event, yeah.
So,
that would be it. That would be it.
stay tuned for that, guys.
Thank you for having us, and definitely enjoyed chatting with we enjoyed chatting with you guys, and yeah, we can't wait to come back.
Badass.
For
Pachanga
sure.
Chicago. Make sure you guys follow it.
Hell yeah.
Subscribe to our channel, con Puros Compas Podcast on YouTube. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Jose Cermeño, shout out to our sound guy.
Hell yeah,
La
shout
pura
out.
positiva, viejones.
Yep.